Yeah, congratulations for taking a step or thinking about taking a step in your career. So my name is Professor Saurabh Chandra. I'm a professor in operations management at IIM Indore. And yeah, so we will start this session. Maybe let's wait for 1 more minute before some more people can join. If I can still see some people coming. So maybe 1 more minute and we will start. Okay, so I think we can start. So yeah, welcome all again. So we have been joined by Mr. Anil Yadav, Chairman Officer EPGP, two alumnus, Khyati Sharma and Avinash Narvade. Thanks a lot, both of you, for joining us. Jitendra ji from Admissions Department and Satyendra ji also, and then some other officials to answer your queries. And so the sequence of events are as follows. I will brief you about the program, and then our alumni will give you their introduction and a little bit about themselves and what they're doing now. And then our admissions department will talk about this year's process. And then so we have got some questions already with me, so I will try to answer those queries. And then after that, we will open it for open question answer. Okay. So I would request you to keep your videos off, maybe at least keep yourself mute. And when you want to speak, so let us finish our part first, and then you can start pitching in. So whenever you want to say something, please unmute yourself and then say. But otherwise, or preferably raise your hand so that we can pick one by one. Otherwise, it will create some confusion. Okay, so let me share a slide where I can show you the program highlights. Okay, so this executive postgraduate program at IIM Indore is a 1-year full-time residential program. And this is, so this is different from typical part-time or certificate courses. This is a 1-year full-time degree program. So we should be very clear about that. This is especially designed for experienced professionals, and we have a minimum benchmark of 5 years of work for this. And we have been, fortunate that this program is among the top 1% 1-year MBA program throughout the world, because it is triple accredited by 3 agencies which accredited business schools all over the world. And like most business schools, we use a prudent mix of lectures, case studies, seminars, industry visits, interactions, assignments, role play simulations, and many other things in this particular program to make it rich. One of the main highlights of this program is a rigorous 1-term international immersion module, which we currently do with SDA Bocconi, which is world's top 20 business school as per Financial Times rankings. And we are also an FT ranked program. So this is one of the programs of IIM Indore which has been ranking consistently in FT Financial Times rankings across the world. So this is the structure of this program. So this consists of orientation module. So where now the thing is that we understand that people have worked for 5 years, so they have some basic knowledge of how industry and corporate works. So that's why it's a condensed program, 1-year program. But we also understand that when they join the course, they lack some skills, some basic skills which are required. So for that, we have a very strong orientation module, which we have partnered with Harvard Business School to offer these online courses to the students. So even before they start the classes here, they have access to these courses so that they are up to the mark with the basics for, because this course is really intensive, it's really tough, state-of-the-art courses are offered. So that students are well prepared for that, we offer this orientation module. We have a core curriculum consisting of modules from each and every area of management, followed by industry consulting module, where our students work with the local industry to understand consulting. They go there, work with them, do projects, and so far we have been really successful in this. Then, as we told you earlier, we have an international immersion module where students go for 1 full term and do courses on advanced courses on leadership and other areas at SDA Bocconi. Yet, it might change, and most likely it will remain SDA Bocconi also this year. Then we have an advanced analytics workshop. This is like a certificate workshop in the later part of their course. And after they come back, they have elective courses mostly, and then some of them are also simulation-based courses where students have a chance to work with a simulated environment in business development. So I'm joined by two of our listed alumnus, Ms. Khati Sharma and Mr. Avinash B. Narvade. So let me tell you a brief about them, or I think I will allow them to talk about themselves. So that will be good. So after I finish, I'll pass it on to them. And these are the placement status from last few years. So total 2019-20 we had 43 participants. So this is basically the size of the batch usually. So it's generally around 50, sometimes more, sometimes less, depending on the depending on the scenario. So some of the participants every year are sponsored, company sponsored. So 37 sat for placements, and 30 roles were offered on campus, 7 off campus, and average salary was 24.10, and 19 lakhs was the median salary. And you can see the difference between their incoming and outgoing. So there is a substantial value add to them. 2020-21, we had a large batch actually as in comparison to what we usually have. So out of total 68, we almost 61 got on campus offer placement, only 7 opted out or because they were from sabbatical from their companies and all. And then others got off campus jobs, and average CTC was almost 32.7 lakhs. And and the highest CTC was 33 lakhs, average was 20 lakhs almost, and median was 19.8 lakhs. Total lot of offers were given, and yeah, you can see that. Then after that, you can see there were 57 participants, and average went up drastically. So it was almost 26 lakhs. Median was 24 lakhs. So last year the placements were really good. But yeah, it varies with time, so depends on the market and other things. But yeah, consistently the program has shown good results for the students as well as for the institute. And this year we have, this is again last year. So 57 participants, and average was around 28 lakhs. So you can see year by year it is growing. And then we had a median of 30 lakhs, and the highest was 44 lakhs almost. And a lot of companies showed interest in hiring the executive PGP students. So now before I go to the questions asked by the participant, asked by you guys, I mean, I'll pass it on to Khyati for introducing herself.
Thank you, Professor Chandra, and I welcome everyone who has joined this webinar today because you've taken a first step in upgrading your career. So if you've seen what Professor Chandra just told us, that this program has upskilled and given a robust boost to many careers from past many years, and I think this is also one of the oldest one-year MBA programs, if I'm not wrong. This is around 15th batch. Anilji, which batch is this?
Yeah, current batch is 15th batch, and next we will be taking 16th batch.
So already 15 years this program has been around. And to give you a brief background about myself, when I was preparing for GMAT and I was thinking of applying to one-year MBAs, I already had a work ex of 7.5 years. And with the 7.5 years of work ex, I gave GMAT and built and started working on my profile for applications. So I think I've seen so many queries around industry change, function change, which usually all candidates have who want to do MBA. So we all do MBA just because we want to change either in our function or in our industry. But the industry and function placements really depends on the batch and the market dynamics in that particular year. And it is applicable for all the B schools. But one unique feature of IIM Indore is that it has a very interactive and a rigorous pedagogy with international immersion and hands-on experience. We also have industry-based projects. So that all gives a student a candidate a very holistic development for that 1 year. And for me, I have done engineering. And then after engineering, I was completely into medical device industry. So my background is healthcare and medical devices. So I was just wondering, how will I get, placement? And my batch was the COVID batch. Even during COVID, I think the batch performed really well. We had outstanding placements, and I almost got 100% growth in my CTC during the program, post the program. And obviously, it depends candidate to candidate and your performance during interviews, how you have learned during MBA. So there are multiple factors to it. But with my background of 7.5 years of work ex into medical devices and healthcare, I was able to change my function. So what I was aspiring for before applying to MBA, I moved into marketing and strategy roles, which now have given me more access to leadership and are preparing me for C-suite roles. Although it's a journey, like we all have our learning curves, but this program will definitely give you a boost if you are 100% dedicated to achieving the MBA. Like this 1 year will change your overall thinking, because it's not just the professors, it's the complete environment. Like you learn from your peers, you learn through case studies, you learn through group projects, assignments. So there are multiple factors to learning. So if you're looking for a program after being an experienced professional, already 5 year in the industry or more than 5 year, like I saw some questions, but we'll come to those later. In our batch, we had experiences ranging from 5.5 years to 15 years. So that is the vivid spectrum of experiences we had, and different backgrounds. Not just there were people from fashion industry, there were people from oil and gas, there were people from banking, finance. So the batch usually forms with a lot of diverse backgrounds, which will enable you to learn more about different industries, open you to learn about more functions that you were not aware of before MBA. So that is all briefly about me. I will now roll the dice to Avirash. He was my senior, so let's hear from him.
Thank you, Khyati. Good evening, everyone. First of all, thank you to the alma mater IIM Indore, EPGP office, and Professor Chandra to give opportunity to speak to all of you. As at the start of the session, Saurabh sir said, congratulations to all of you. Actually, it is a real congratulations because you have taken the first step to invest on yourself. And it is very important step. Very few get to that stage, and also only some of them get to the admission to the reputed institute like IIM Indore. So we are here to guide you, to provide you certain information. So I welcome Institute's stay initiative as well to brief about the session, because it will give a lot of information to all of you. A brief about me: I am Avinash Narwade, part of 2019 EPGP batch. I am right now playing a role of sales enablement and strategy manager in IT services TCS organization. Prior to that, I was into Capgemini, having 12 years of IT services experience. I see a lot of questions on the higher side of experience. What about that? So we will definitely take that questions toward the end. But from my background, I had a 12 years of experience when I joined the program back in 2019. And I was mostly playing the techno-functional role in a variety of functions and role in a banking industry, software solutions. I definitely had a good growth at certain level, but as you progress in the organization, you realize that you have a limited exposure to the business side of the organization. There are a lot of functions in the organization like finance, marketing, strategy, operations. Even in the IT organization, we don't get exposure while being in a technology roles. Okay. Then I decided, okay, the first thing I will do is I will invest on myself. As I said, we always invest on so many materialistic things, but thought was, let me build my better version. Let me invest on myself. And that the best way was to get into a MBA program because I had an inclination toward the business side. Then the pre-MBA was a lot of good self-reflection. I wish all of you that you do a lot of good self-reflection on the journey, because that provides a lot of guidance on you to join the program. So while pre-MBA journey, GMAT application process, everyone goes through, you will also go through. But main thing is, once you get into the organization, what happens that you start learning and unlearning new things. So mainly about the program structure, sir has already talked about. The differentiator of this EPGP IIM Indore program is the very pragmatic structure of the program. We have 6 terms. Out of that, 3 terms focus on the fundamentals of management. You will learn about the general management, fundamentals of economics, fundamentals of finance, operations, HR, strategy functions. All these topics will be covered in the first 3 terms. It will give a very solid foundation for you as a future leader. Okay, so very clear, first 3 terms are structured in that way. Now, 4th term is all international immersion. Trust me, it is an international immersion. It is not an exchange program. Most of the top competing B school talk about the exchange program where candidates go for a week or 2, have a cultural exchange, academic exchange, and come back. But in case of IIM Indore, it is an entire term 4 with certain credits. Is happening on the international location. Every year you will get to know about the new colleges. Since our batch, it is SDA. So that is very different from what we can say the experience, because most of us from the IT industry might have gone to the onshore opportunity, but to get the academic experience, to get the industry exposure, very few get an opportunity to go to the SDA Bocconi like colleges. We had a really good experience because we had a visit to a lot of good industry from a luxury segment. And we also had a topic which are not covered by conventional MBA colleges back in India or in the West. Okay, so it is a good combination of West and East is an international immersion which our EPGP offers. One of the highlight of this program from an academic point of view is the industry consulting module. Okay, ICM. It gives you a real-time hands-on experience on how to handle the business challenges, right? And a lot of MSME, small-scale industry from Indore get a problem statement, and we get a real-time experience to work on these things. That is one of the highlights. Electives, every institute has an elective, but the specialty about the electives in term 5 and term 6 of IIM Indore is here, the program chair, the EPGP office provide a lot of flexibility on coming up with a lot of new subjects, because most of the subjects are relevant to industry, but at the same time, as we operate in the latest trends in technology, latest trends in business, if we go with the suggestion,
your bias is breaking.
Try their best to get the industry faculty of industries. Can you hear me now?
Sir, frequently your voice is breaking actually. Sometimes we are not catching.
Let's switch off my video for that. Is it better now?
Yeah.
So I was talking about the electives. Term 5 and term 6 is mostly focused on the electives, where a lot of flexibility is provided by the institute as well on the learning part. Okay, so that is all about the academic. So one more aspect we have to always think when we get into institute like IIM Indore is the overall ecosystems of the IIMs. Okay, why we should get into IIM Indore like institute? Because the faculties are highly qualified. You get a lot of interaction from them, and we are in a parent campus like 2-year batch. So we get a lot of opportunity to interact with the students of seniors as well as juniors, and their program also we can attend, and a lot of ecosystem, lot of knowledge get exchanged. Now, another way I would like to add, and most of the senior people having about 10 years experience, lot of questions get, and I will attend those questions toward the end about someone who is married and having a family as well. So I was on the campus one who was highest experience bracket candidate in the campus, the married as well, and with the kid as well. So trust me, with all this, everything in place, family, kids, everything, it was still possible to get into the program and get best result only possible with the ecosystem available in the campus. That is my part on the during MBA. So during MBA, I did my best and got a placement in a TCS organization where I'm playing a sales enablement role. Post MBA, what happens? It is not only about the placement, which will everyone gets with their efforts, but mostly the kind of network you build, the mostly kind of a business leader you come out of the campus is more important, because you get a lot of opportunity in the market, your perception changes, and then you get transformed and you become open to the lot of other opportunity in the market. Okay, so that's a brief about me, about my experience pre, during, and post MBA. Towards the end, we will take more questions on the higher senior experienced people, different committees in the campus, as well as married accommodation, family, people, and kids. But with that, I will take a pause, and we'll back to the EPGP office or Chandra sir. Yeah.
Thanks, Avinash. So, yeah, so that was very nice of you. So, talked about the program and the future ahead. So, yeah, so let me pass on to Jitendra ji for admission. So, he will talk about the admission process this year, and then we will start discussing the queries. Okay, Jitendra ji, are you there?
Okay. Yeah, good evening, everyone. I'm Jitendra Yadav from Admissions Office. So we have received few queries regarding admission procedure. So we'll just roughly go through the admission procedure for this year. So the eligibility criteria is 3 segments. First is educational qualification. So a candidate who is willing to apply for the EPGP 2024 batch.
So, Jitendra ji, if you can share some screen, it would be, I think, better. I mean,
Okay.
maybe website or Word doc, whichever you have.
Okay. Now everyone can see.
Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah. So the education qualification is as follows: 50% in 4-year bachelor degree, or 50% in 3-year degree with master degree with 50% also, and a 5-year integrated program with 50%. And this year we have taken scores of GRE and CAT in addition to the GMAT which we were taking previously. So a candidate can apply through GMAT and GRE having scores during the last 5 years from the application end date. And CAT applicant who has appeared in CAT 22 or CAT 23 can also apply through CAT. And minimum 5 years managerial, entrepreneurial, professional experience is required from the last date of application process. This year we are having the application process in 2 windows. So the first window started in September 27, and the end date is November 30th, 2023. And we will have the second phase starting from December 1st to January 15, 2024. So I will just show you the calendar, admission calendar. So the last date of receipt of application is 30th November for phase 1. And last date of application for phase 2 is January 15, 2024. And we will be conducting interviews also in 2 phases. The first date of interviews is December 16, 17. And second phase of interviews will be conducted during February 3rd and 4th. And accordingly, we will roll out the offers after the both interview phases. And the program registration will be on 5th of April, and classes will commence from 8th of April. And there is a weightage of GMAT, GRE, CAT scores and personal interview score, that is 50-50 each. So we will have the same number of weightage for both the components, GMAT, GRE, CAT and personal interview scores.
Okay, I think that should be okay. Okay, so let me take up the queries individually. Just a minute. Okay, so there are some of the common queries in the shared this thing. So, and yeah, some of the questions have been already answered in the FAQ section. So I'll share the link with you, or maybe show you the link also. Let me share the link in the chat box and also show you what queries have been already answered. So give me a second. So yeah, anything about the program, what sort of program this is, how it is different from the 2-year PGP MBA program? Is it a full-time? So there is a point of confusion with some of the applicants actually. So they get confused with the weekend program which we have in Bombay, that is known as PGPMX, and this is a full-time program. So this is a full-time program. So in the Mumbai campus, we conduct that part-time program. No, it's not a part-time, it's more like a weekend program, and then that's a very different program than this. This was a full-time residential program, and we offer placement support and all here. We don't do that in that program. So this is very different from the other program, which is weekend program based in Mumbai. This is full-time residential program based in Indore. And then many questions related to international module, diploma degree. We do give a degree here. The admission process, how the shortlisting is done, and age limit. So pretty much all the details have been updated here. You can go through this, and I've shared the link as well. So someone had asked me, I think, why not 3-year graduation. So somehow, because of the confusion in rules laid down by the government and our previous history and all, so we stick to the 4-year and 5-year degree this time. But if you wait for 1 year, you may have good news. So we may relax that. I mean, I'm not guaranteeing it now, but that may happen. So that's already on the cards, and we are in discussion with other people here. So if you wait for 1 more year, if you do not have a 4-year degree or 5-year degree, so 3-year degree may be feasible from the next year. So that I can tell you now. I can't guarantee, but I mean, given the way talks are going on, it may be possible. So you can wait for 1 more year and apply if you have a 3-year bachelor's degree. But yeah, somehow this year we were unable to change that. But yeah, to make it more inclusive, we have added other exam scores like GRE, CAT and all. And yeah, to attract more talent to join this program. Okay, so apart from that, there were some specific questions asked by potential or participants in this webinar. So what specializations are available in this program? So we don't have any specialization as such. Like we give general MBA degree, but there is a mix of electives in the later part of the program, and you can choose your own elective. So if you are more focused towards finance, you can choose finance courses. If you are more focused on marketing sales, you can choose that. And basically, students choose their set of electives based on the interest area they have. So that's how they specialize. But yeah, I mean, we don't give a degree separately for OM strategy or marketing. It's a general MBA degree, and generally even in. And another thing is that from what I feel, I mean, this is more like a lateral placement which they get. So, I mean, the placements are also not so much specified towards any area. So it's again, most of the placements are general placement. Am I right, Avinash and Khyati? So more mix
Yeah.
of electives is better than very specialized MBA like that. But anyway, we give general MBA. It's not like, but yes, selection of electives means like you are specialized in a particular area. And
So, if I'm not wrong, sir, like the regular 2-year MBA program with CAT, they also get the same degree. And the specialization is just the electives that they want to
Yes.
choose at the end of the 5th semester or the 6th semester.
yes, true.
So just to add, sir, if you study any 1-year program across US, your APAC region, and same thing in India, this is specifically meant for working executive who has certain experience, right? So we are looking for a general management leadership or a vertical role. The specialization may not be offered not a right way. Through elective, we can increase our knowledge in a specific area, but specialization is not expected, because whenever we go for a new opportunity as well, we cannot zero down our earlier experience, right? So we have certain experience plus the knowledge of MBA to be applied in a new role. In that case, general management is the most suitable and most rewarding degree rather than a specialization.
Yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
this is a regular 1-year full-time residential MBA program. So you'll get an MBA degree from IIM Indore. That is what it says.
Yeah, thanks. So next question is about the 3 years bachelor's degree. So I already answered that. So unfortunately, this year we could not do that. But yeah, if you wait for 1 more year, you may hear the good news regarding this. So we will try this time. So maybe from the next year we will have this 3-year degree. But I can't guarantee. Of course, it depends on how the discussions go with deans and program chairs and all. But yeah, this is on the cards, and we may do that. So far we have not done this because of some confusion between the ministry's requirements and our own structure. But yeah, this is under the cards, and it may happen next year. So just wait for 1 year, and you may be able to apply IIM Indore. Okay, do we have placement drive for this course? Yes, we do have, and that's how we differ from the Bombay program. So this is a full-time program where we do offer placements, and there is a dedicated placement office at IIM Indore which helps in. And of course, I mean, in IIM Indore or any other IIM for that matter, most of the things like placements and all are student-driven, but our placement office does provide support on that. And yeah, and of course, I mean, it's currently going on, so students are doing that. Total fee.
Yeah.
So
just to add to your point for placements, I just want to say one unique feature from IIM Indore is that all the courses are in the same campus. So IIM Indore has only one campus for these full-time programs, which is IIM Indore campus, and the EPGP placements also get some benefit from the PGP placements that happen because you have you can interact with the PGP students, and you get to know what kind of firms are hiring, what are the market dynamics. So that's a big advantage for being in the campus, same as PGP.
Yes, yes, correct. Okay, so total fee structure is around 22.1 lakhs, but to be very frank, the expense goes up because you also have to bear the expenses of the international module. So the fees of the module is a part of the fees, but yes, the traveling and stay expenses are borne by the student. So it goes up to a bit more, 2 to 3 lakhs. So that's the expense overall. And eligibility criteria, our admissions department has already shown it to you. So this year we are accepting CAT, GMAT, GRE all. So GAT, GMRE last 5 years, and CAT last 2 years score is valid. And okay. Hi, sir. EPGP is my dream to get enrolled. I mean, that makes us proud actually, especially as a chair. I'm experienced supply chain make function professional, having 12 years experience. So we are looking for people like you. So a lot of students actually show interest in supply chain. So I'm sure this will be very beneficial for you as well as us. So I have not appeared for GMAT. So would I like to still apply? So you need to have some score, GMAT, GRE, CAT. So if you have not given anyone so far, so sadly you may not be able to apply this year. But yes, I mean, you can apply next year if you can give CAT, GMAT, GRE, whichever you feel like. And yeah, so that's the thing. So I'm having 5-year experience in Army and have an official GMAT mock exam score of 640. So 640 should be okay. So Jitendra ji, what was the score last year? What was the benchmark score?
Sir, I'll answer this question. Sir, last year we have taken 550 score
Okay.
for GMAT.
Yeah, so 640 is okay.
You can tell about the median and maximum minimum both, like the median and the range.
Okay, the GMAT score, right? Do you have the data, Jitendra ji, for that?
Right now I don't have, so I will share later on.
But yeah, what's the minimum maximum? That
Minimum was 550
and max
cut off,
750.
and maximum was more than 750.
yeah. So
Sorry.
yeah, so you can assume that 640 would be around the average score for
Yeah,
Yes,
might be a
yes,
bit.
640.
yeah,
would
given
be
that 550 was the minimum score, so 640 is good enough for a call, interview call. For interview call, and of course it depends on how you perform on the interview also. And okay, so hi team, my concern is with respect to GMAT focus edition. I want to understand that how will the B school scoring 700 old GMAT, scoring 6 GMAT focus. So okay, we will do something about, generally what we do is we normalize scores. So I think an even better question is how would we compare CAT and GMAT together? So generally we normalize these scores and ensure that we compare across a particular format. So generally it's not a problem. So don't worry about that.
Sir, just to interrupt you, this is regarding the Anil Kumar Yadav's query.
Okay.
He has written official GMAT mock exam score. So mock exam score we don't.
I think he's talking about GMAT focus. So I think there is a new format of
Yeah.
GMAT, I think.
That we are
discussed in one of our meetings. So yes, I mean, from what I know, they will normalize the scores and see. So currently,
Okay.
so when
That's
we
fine.
get scores, we will see what we can do, but it should not be a problem. So we will do appropriate justice to all the scores.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
we are dealing with 4 scores, 3 scores already.
Yeah.
At GRE
Yes.
CAT, so another GMAT type score would not be a problem that much.
Sure.
But yeah, generally, from what I know, we normalize the scores across each category, and then we compare it with the main score which we have been taking so far. Interview process. See, I'll tell you briefly about that. So after you get a call for the interviews, generally, IIM panel takes interview. So we faculty conducts the interview, and then based on your generally in the interview, we ask general questions about your background, about general knowledge, and generally about your background and general awareness, and that's mostly what it is. And of course, a little bit about your communication skill as well, because of course it's an MBA course, so that is also seen. So overall, general awareness, communication, your background. So whatever you have studied, whatever you have done so far, these are the things which are generally asked in the interview. Yeah, anything admission of it would like to add here? Yeah, Jitendra
Yes,
ji.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, yes, sir. So the committee will decide after the deadline how to segregate between GMAT and GMAT focus. So committee will normalize the scores, and accordingly we will shortlist the candidate for the interviews.
Next is GMAT cutoff. So last year it was 550, but
550.
It may change.
It
So
may change based on the number of
depending
applications
on the number of
and
candidates, number of seats we are going to offer. So
yes,
this may
yes.
change based on
Yeah.
that. But yeah, generally it is around that. Yes, 5 years in experience is mandatory for
Yes, it is mandatory.
EPGP program. And need details for admission, so that Jitendra ji have already shared with you. You can ask anything specific in the chat if you want. I need to know about the international immersion program. The plan have any job internship also. No, we don't have an internship as such because the timing of the program is very limited, just 1 year. So we don't have a summer internship like the 2-year program, and that's not required also because most of the participants already have for more than 5 years. But yes, to compensate for the internship, we have this industry consulting module where, Avinash also talked about that. So where students go for worked in teams with, so Indore has a big industry cluster, fortunately for us. There are manufacturing, IT, all sorts of industries around Indore. So our students take projects in these companies and then do it along with the management in that company. And then they're also guided by one faculty member. So this is one way they get exposure to corporate while studying. And eventually, yeah, this is one thing. And yeah, so we don't have internship separately, but this is how we do about it.
And just to add in there, Professor Chandra, for CADs, like for a regular 2-year MBA program, internship matters because most of them are like freshers,
Not worked
And-
much. Yeah.
not very low experience. For this program, it is different because we are looking for candidates with at least more than 5 years of work ex.
So there is a clear-cut difference actually. If you go to a classroom as a teacher, I can tell from my experience, I mean, the level of participation, the level of understanding with an executive PGP has actually is superior to the 2-year MBA because these 2-year MBAs are mostly freshers or they have 1 or 2 years of experience. So you can see the level of maturity actually. So it's pretty good in this program. So participants actually learn more from each other than from us. And you can say it equal, 50-50, but some people have good experience in supply chain, some are from PSU, so they have good knowledge of certain fields. Some people are from sales background already. So diverse experience actually helps a lot in learning. And as a teacher also we learn. So when we go to a class, the level of participation and the inputs which they give is really interesting actually. Okay, so about the international immersion program. So as I said, this is conducted in collaboration with SDA Bocconi. So this is like a top 20 business school all over the world. And most of the courses are around leadership module, and also they are very flexible to our demands. So if the program says that, generally before this starts, our student committee share their requirements with them, and they also try to change some of the programs, some of the courses based on the request. But yeah, so this is so one full term is dedicated to SDA Bocconi, and our students go all the way to Milan and then come back after completing this term. Okay, so yeah, so Mr. Avinash, I think he has shared his experience, if I'm not wrong. Would you like to add something, Mr. Avinash, on this?
Yes, sir. So as I said, the SDA Bocconi experience was quite different. They got a lot of digital labs which are very unique. I hope even this batch also get this opportunity to see that. Second thing, lot of industry visits, and industry visits were quite different, not typical IT or manufacturing industry. It was a luxury industry, luxury segment on which the Italy or Milan is famous for. Third one is topics were quite different. The courses were more around the family businesses, entrepreneurship, digital academy. So what our program chair did at that time, definitely the same construct must be whatever things doesn't get covered in India or IIM Indore EPGP international immersion. So it is a good experience because from an academic point of view and a personal point of view as well.
And SDA Bocconi is one of the top B schools in the world.
In the Europe, right?
Yeah, I mean, like it's in top 10 or something. So, that experience itself changes the way you think. Your perspective of learning changes when you go and study in another country in a different environment. It is disruptive. So this entire program is very intensive in terms of learning, and it will disrupt you from your thinking, I mean from your conventional thinking. Um, I'm sure like Avinash and Professor Chandra has answered most of the questions, but I see a lot of questions like seeking that whether a person is from a different industry. So usually the batch comprises of different industries. It includes people from varying from IT to finance to fashion industry. Like I was from healthcare industry, army background. I think it's very vivid. The range is diverse, and that diversity only helps you learn more. So peer learning is an important factor, and that is achieved in this 1-year MBA program rigorously.
Yeah. So let's read the questions in the chat box now, and then we will open it up to the open questions. So what is the minimum GMAT score? So as we told you, last year it was set at 550, but this year might change. So depending on the number of applications and the number of seats we have to offer, so we vary that. And okay, GMAT score is done. I have 16 years of experience in IT industry, and I have taken GMAT Focus Edition exam. How my score is very low, below 400. Should I? Okay, this you can. So admission department, please have a look at this. And
Okay, sir.
I don't know
Yes.
exactly how will we compare this Focus Edition with the regular GMAT. So
Okay, sir. So the decision regarding this will be done in our meeting after the deadline is over. So 30th of November is the deadline.
but then he needs to know whether he should apply or not. So that's one thing. So given his score, should he apply? So if this 400 score in GMAT Focus is comparable to 550 in regular GMAT, then maybe he can apply. So maybe so Abhinandan ji, maybe you can send an email to us, and we will see if
We
we
will
can
reply,
answer
yeah.
your question. Okay. So do send an email to us. So what's the ID, by the way? I mean, where should he send his email?
EPGP admission.
Okay, so just share the ID on the chat box, and
Okay.
Yes, sir, I'll do that.
Abhinandan Patil ji can send an email, and we will have a look at this and let you know whether you should apply. Again, I mean, we don't know what exactly will be the cutoff this year, so we can't guarantee that even if it is comparable to 550, whether you should get a call or not. But we will again try to see, I mean, try to answer your query to the best of our knowledge. Did you allow candidates who have more than, I mean, theoretically or as per rule, anyone can apply. But then given that this is lateral placements which we offer in EPGP, not we offer, I mean, we facilitate in EPGP. So you should be the best judge of your this thing. So generally speaking, it gets a bit tougher with very high work-ex. 20 years seems to be high, but IT industry, generally it's easy. Am I right? I mean, Avinash and Khyati. So
Yeah.
I think people in the IT industry are the easiest to place.
So I want to add here, sir, because I see a lot of questions around higher side experience, and this happens every year. And I am already speaking to many candidates offline. I'm getting requests looking at my LinkedIn profile. So higher side experience candidates is not a problem or a challenge for an institute, but it is more of a consideration we need to have, because when I joined my program, I was having higher side experience to 12 to 13 years into IT. So it is more of we need to understand what will happen with the placement, because more the experience, we have our own experience on the baggage. We have our own limitations of role. We have our limitations of locations, because we
Avinash, maybe you can switch off your video because your voice starts
family.
shaking in
So
between.
it is
So
not
I
as
would-
easy to move with any role. He can move.
So
Can you hear me now?
I was Avinash, I'm just like your voice was breaking. I'm just answering this query. So I
Yeah.
was not from IT background. I have zero IT experience, and to be honest with all of you, I got a very good career growth post my program in IIM Indore, and it's a valued 1-year MBA program. It is like FT ranked. So irrespective of what industry you come from, be it construction, in my batch we had I remember around 24% were from IT industry, and rest of the batch was still from different sectors, and the entire batch got placed. So it really varies on marketing, and that moreover my batch was the COVID batch, and we had 100% placements. So I would say it really depends upon your profile and the roles that come from. Be it even if you're from IT or if you're not from IT, it doesn't matter. It depends. It really depends on the batch dynamics. Every batch is very different every year. The size is different. The candidate backgrounds are different. So and I'm sure that you guys are aware that every 1 year MB program has these student committees. Like there is a placecom, there is a brandcom, there is a infracom. So like different committees are there, and placecom is a set of student body which will represent different industries from your batch, and they will tend to liaison with the industry leaders, or they will get that connect from networking, where they will invite as per the batch requirement. They will invite, the interviews will be scheduled, the companies will represent the batch background, like the batch diversity. We had Aditya Birla coming to our campus when we were there, because we had people from fashion background. So it really depends, like the Aditya Birla fashion segment. So it depends on your batch dynamics, I would say. And the committee that will form, who will be part of the placecom, that will work with the institute to get the companies on board for placements. I'm sure all of you have just this one question, like after getting into the program, how will I get placed? And this question, I would say, will vary every year with every candidate, because every candidate is unique and every batch is unique. So just I would urge everyone to apply, like be it you have a high set of experience, or you're on the lower set of experience, a different background, just apply. I mean, don't hold yourself back. And I'm sure you will learn through the process. So that's all from my side, and that's what Avinash was also saying.
Yeah, right. So thanks. So yeah, I mean, obviously, if you have work ex or 20 years and looking for this thing, that I'm sure you're looking for some enhancement in your role or some changeover. So based on your experience, you should have good idea about what exactly you want to do, and then placements are there. So it depends again. I mean, nothing can be guaranteed, but we don't stop people from applying for sure. So how to write role and responsibility, 100 characters. So don't worry about this. Roles and responsibility are anyway will be asked again in the interviews. So while getting interview calls, they don't look at what you have written in roles, and this is for our reference only. Once you go to interviews, then they will again ask you about the roles and responsibilities. So whatever small you can write there, it's okay for us. But again, I mean, whenever interview opens up, we will again ask about your exact details of the rules, and also don't worry about that. Should you mention per month salary after tax or before tax? I think generally it is before tax, right? Admissions?
Yes, sir. It should be gross.
Before tax, yeah, gross.
Yeah, before tax. Yeah.
Scholastic awards or scholarships in SA. So scholastic awards are basically something like an NTSC scholarship or something like that. I mean, you can mention whatever you have won, so don't worry about that. It's nothing. Yeah, so any award you have won academically, you can mention that. Hello team, I'm from family business background with work 7 years. I in work experience section, so I put under entrepreneur section. And so, I mean, even if you're entrepreneur, you should be having some role in your company. So please mention that. So if you're just a founder, I mean, not just, I mean, if you're a co-founder of the company and you're simply a stockholder, so there is basically no difference between you and, let's say, myself buying a share of a company. So for it to be considered as WorkX, you should have some defined role in your company, like CEO or operations manager, or so any kind of chairman. So you should have some role in your company, and then someone should be able to certify that. So yeah, so if you have that, then you're more than welcome to apply. I don't have salary slip. Okay. So again, I mean, if you can again send an email to us with working with a copy of your work experience proof. So get it signed by some other senior person in your family or whoever is running the business, and we will let you know if it works. Okay. So whatever you have, just share it with us. If there is no discontinuity in service, yeah, yes, Satyendraji, please.
Sir, actually, for entrepreneurs or business, family business persons, we'll be requiring IT, what do you say, returns.
The company itself.
Yeah, for the company itself and the role of the candidate, whatever the
Exactly.
role is having. Yes.
So yeah, I mean, just being a part of the company as a shareholder is not enough. I mean, it does not
Yeah.
signify that we have worked in the company. So for example, I can buy shares worth crores of rupees of TCS and not be a part of that company. So I'm owning TCS, but I'm not working there. So you need to have some role in that company. Just being a part of the company as a shareholder is not enough. Okay, so if there is this discontinuity in service, then what to mention? So basically, count your number of years of work X and write that, I guess. So leave the part which is discontinuous. How are the placements expected for 2024, given that it has been quite dismal for year due to market situation? So from what I know, the summer placements are a bit affected for 2-year MBA. And placements for PGP and EPGP are going okay, I think. I mean, of course, I mean, you are asking about 2024, very hard to predict actually. So market conditions can improve or deteriorate within a few months. So we can't really give a guarantee of whether it will be good or bad. That only time will come. Anything you would like to add, Avinash, Khyati? So about the market conditions and all.
Sorry, sir, I couldn't get your question.
I mean, yeah, so there are queries related to the market conditions. So there are some concerns related to the market situation in 2024. So what do you think?
It wouldn't be as bad as 2020, right? I was part of the COVID batch, and our placements were 100%.
And can you hear me?
Yeah.
So see, we have to see one perspective, right? The batch which will get admitted is in April, right? And you will get a placement season November 24, which has another 1 year. Okay. So, I mean, no one can predict, but yes, things might improve because whatever downfall right now having is a ripple effect of the last 1 year happening in the US. So right now market is not good as compared. We are again comparing relatively. The market was booming last 2 years. In that comparison, we are comparing this year, which is on low side. First thing. Second thing, your batch will go through a placement in November and you will get opportunity to work from April 2025, right? So we have almost 1.5 years. Till that time, the things will get normalized. You will get the relevant opportunity and the cycle, or no one can predict, but things definitely better because Kathy is from COVID batch. You can imagine the things were drastically bad, but still that batch got really good placement and they are doing really good in their career trajectory as well. So think from a future perspective. And as at the right side, Mr. Chandra said, we have to think this program as an investment on a self from a longer term perspective. If we think this as a placement agency, then probably we are not having the right perspective because only for a placement or one opportunity, which we might get with changing organization, that should not be our intent to join the program.
That's a very good point actually.
And sir, I would like to add here that this placement process is already going on for the current batch. And thus far means unofficially I would say that a healthy number of participants are already placed. But at this stage, we may not be able to disclose any numbers from our side because process is already going on.
And despite the fact that the market is actually bad this time.
Yeah, those bad news are floating in the market, but still I would say that a healthy number of participants are already placed, and this process will continue till Feb. Still, we have December, January, and Feb, so we are confident about it.
Be confident that students will get placed well. Yes.
So I would say the external factors, please don't bother. Just focus on developing yourself. You become hireable. And it depends upon how you develop through the 1-year MBA program, how you differentiate yourself in the market, and that really matters. And for investing in yourself, none of the years I would say were as bad as COVID years. So just go with the flow and apply for the program, and just believe that you will be upgrading your skill set and you will become more hireable. That is what matters, irrespective of how market dynamics are.
Yeah. Okay, so what is the typical batch size? So Khyati has already answered that. So we have sort of a maximum capacity of 70, which we have been hiring lesser students last year actually because of some capacity restrictions, but so it varies year with year. So around 50 to 60 is generally what we tend to hire actually. And after if after B someone preparing for GATE and join ME postgraduate after 1 year, then we will mention in break in career. No. So masters will be considered as a degree, right? So if you have done masters in engineering, it will be considered as a degree. It's not considered a break as such. But yes, by that minimum 5-year thing you have to fulfill, of course. And what is the average GMAT score that we have already answered? Average is around 650 and minimum is 550. It can go all the way up to 740. Could you please tell me if we apply for round 1 and I am not selected in first round, can I apply for round 2? Yes, admissions, can you pitch in here?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, so if there's
So you can apply only in either one of the phase.
Yes.
If you don't repeat your statement because there was an echo.
Okay. So you can apply any one of the phase 1 or phase 2. You cannot apply twice for the same year, same academic year.
Hi panel, just wanted to understand how a candidate with 645 in GMAT focus will be differentiated from 700 plus. So again, I think we need to think about this. This GMAT focus thing has become, again, please send a query to us on email on the shared ID and we will see, we will instruct you. But 645 seems to be okay. Seems to be on a higher side, so should not be a problem. So with 645, you must apply. But again, we will share an email and we will let you know exactly what to do with this. There is a weighted average score per, yes, okay, so Happy has already answered that. List of courses have been shared. Minimum cutoff 650 GRE. Okay, now this is the first time, not the first time, but after a long time we are accepting GRE in CAT. So we can't really say what will be the exact cutoff. That will come out after the selection process is done. But yeah, generally what we do is that from what I understand about the process, we normalize the scores and try to find the comparable score of GRE, which is equivalent to the lowest cutoff, which is for GMAT. And that's how we basically take a call on GRE and CAT, any other score. So a cutoff can be declared only after the process has been completed or not. Is there any minimum GMAT? Again, last year it was 550, but it will vary with the years. Your overall profile, yes. Since CAT exam was recently conducted, what was the average CAT score accepted last year? So we have reintroduced CAT and GRE this year. So till last year we were taking only through GMAT. So yeah, so we don't know exactly what will be the cutoff be for CAT. But yeah, if you have reasonable CAT score, I would recommend you to apply if you're interested. Okay, so highest average is told here. Please also inform on average age of the applicants from last year batch. So average age, I'm not really sure, but average work ex-wise from minimum, I think 5 years to all the way up to 12, 14 years for the age or the work experience of the participants. So quite a lot of diversity in terms of work ex. Exact age data, I don't think we have, but we don't disclose that. But yeah, work ex-wise, all the way from 5 years, all the way up to 14 years, we had people from that background. Yeah, so Shati has given her batch. Your women from your batch may not be so happy with your answer here. But anyway.
But my batch had very high women diversity, female diversity.
Yeah. I belong to infrastructure industry. Yes. I mean, any sector is more than welcome. So no problem if you're from the infrastructure industry. Only other requirements are supposed to be met. So industry is not a constraint. A batch. So we have people from healthcare industry. We have people from fashion industry. So nothing wrong with the infrastructure industry as such. And I think it's pretty well fitted to the course. Diverse sector, yes. Construction, fashion, banking, all sectors people join. IIM are collaborating with Ministry of Education on degree. No, we already did about degree. So we are giving degree from last few batches. So that's not a contention anymore. The only thing was that we were not sure whether we can hire 3-year degree people. So that's the only thing remaining. But other than that, degree is not an issue. We are giving degrees to students. Maximum batch size. So you can take it around 60. So not more than that actually, because of the capacity restrictions we have currently in the hostel. So around 60 we will take most likely. Cutoff varies every year. Yes. Email ID has been shared. Contact details. Should I apply with 570? Yes. Why not? Perfectly. 570 manufacturing. Yeah, I think you should go ahead with the application. I have been working in IP consulting industry for like targeting to pursue EPGP. However, my GMAT score is 590 is okay given the last year's cutoff. So you should apply. And if the last year's history follows, then you will get a call for sure. Why not? How many seats are available? Again, it varies every year, but around, I think a maximum will go to 60s, so not more than that. How much GMAT score at least is specified? Again, 550 is the minimum cutoff last year, so it will be around that, I guess. Low score of GMAT. So if it is around 550, you should go ahead with the application, but again, depends on the scenario this time. Is a part-time master's degree considered? Admissions, would you like to answer this question? So part-time master's degree along with 3 years bachelor's degree. So the question is a part-time master's degree considered valid for someone with a 3-year bachelor degree? We need to check.
Sir, actually, we need to check with the things from the committee because we are taking full-time, courses.
So again, I mean, in your particular case, share details on the email and we will let you know if you're eligible. Is it mandatory to attend? Yes, it is mandatory. It's a part of the course. So you have to attend this international immersion program. Are there opportunities to learn in EPGP from entrepreneurship point of view? Of course, I mean, so entrepreneurship, what is entrepreneurship? So it's basically doing your own business. So you're not hired by someone. So you actually start your business and do so. As a matter of fact, a couple of students from the current batch are actually starting their own ventures. They are not going ahead with the placements and they have planned to start. So, I mean, entrepreneurship is all about all areas of business, basically. So you have to be good in finance, operations, marketing, everything. So that's how entrepreneur, and the risk taking is very high. So you get basics in pretty much all areas of management and you build your network as well. So that way, I mean, I would welcome someone who is actually going for entrepreneurship. So rather than becoming job seekers, you become job givers. So nothing better than that. And who is, yeah, sure. I mean, we would welcome those kind of people who are keen on entrepreneurship for sure. Will we get online interview option? Yes, the interviews are going to be online.
Yeah, interviews will be online this year.
We understand that it's convenient for people. So based on our experience with the last batches, we will conduct online interviews this time for EPGP. Letter of recommendation. So yeah, what's the thing this time, sir? Admissions about the letter.
Sir, letter of recommendation we collected at from the final list. The participants those who are selected for the program from there.
So you don't have to arrange it now.
Yeah, now at this
call and all you can arrange later on. So it's not an emergency thing now.
Right, sir.
Okay. So what's the post interview? After first interview will be released. After first interview will be released. What's the question exactly here? After first interview, so first phase, yeah. So after first, Jitendra ji has given the dates. What are the dates, Jitendra ji again?
So just I will share.
You guys can take a snapshot if you want.
I will share the date.
Yeah. So
the interview dates are December 16 and 17 for the first phase, and the offers will roll out on January 5, 2024.
So we are pretty much done with the shared questions online and on the chat box. So you guys are open for any question if you want here. You can ask questions verbally here if you want. Okay. So what are the management consulting companies visiting IIM Indore? So we have a whole list actually. Unfortunately, that was not in the slide. So all Accenture, Deloitte, all pretty much all companies come here.
So it is available on the website in the placement report. So list of companies is available.
These are there.
So will all the interviews be online or both modes, online and offline?
No, so we will have online interviews only. So
okay,
that's very convenient for the students. So we go ahead with that both. While filing the application form, there is an option to fill the work experience in page itself, and there is an option to upload all work experience in Excel. Do we need to do both or just one is fine?
Sir, I'll answer this query.
Yes.
Sir, actually in application, we have an option of maximum five, companies detail need to be filled. If the aspirant is having more than five companies experience, then they can opt the option of Excel sheet, and they can fill all the details and do that. Submit their application, sir.
Okay, so is infra or related companies visited or visiting for placements now? I mean, so as Anil ji told, this whole list is in the website, which exact companies visited us. So you can have a look there in the EPGP section of the IIM Indore website. But again, if there are people from infra with good background, and since students conduct the placement, so you can call companies. So as Kathy told us that since there were some students from fashion background, Aditya Birla came to hire them. So if there are good profiles from this sector, I mean, I'm sure the placement office and students can invite companies which are looking for those kind of people. So there is no such foundation of that. We don't call them, but most likely depends on the batch mix and all. Letter of recommendation, we have already told that. So at this stage, no. So you can bring that when you are got the offer and all. I'm aerospace PSU background. Many new MNC companies have come out to India. Can I invite those? Again, I mean, this is a student-led initiative actually. So we don't say no to any company. So students are more than welcome to invite any company in the campus, as long as both are willing to work with each other. So it's not a problem at all. Okay. Okay. So are we
Yes.
done with the questions or anything else?
I hope this session answered not all, but at least most
Of
of your
course, I mean,
queries. But please go ahead and apply. That is the first important step. I can see 30th is the first deadline, Anilji.
Yes.
Right.
So only
30 is the first deadline.
it's better to apply in round 1 if you're ready, and go ahead and take the chance. And this is one of the most reputed one-year MBA programs in the country. And getting a chance to study at IIM Indore is it's a privilege. And if you are capable enough to make it and do it through the interview, pass the interview, I think just enjoy the learning process. And as a first step, please apply. That is what we all want to say. Don't inhibit yourself with not applying because of a low score or a higher work X. That all really doesn't matter if the overall profile is good.
Yeah. So if there
Sir,
is an improvement in, yes, Avinash, yeah.
yeah, I have a 2-3 points to share on which I didn't saw a question, but let's address those. One is a committee. We heard about the placement committee, but most of the activity in the campus are driven by committees, by students, and it is guided by the program chair and the program office. We have one committee for academics, one committee for infrastructure activity within the campus to arrange your logistics, travel, everything. One committee for marketing and branding. I think Kathy was the branding head for her batch, which take care of our batch branding, reaching out to the maximum audience. One committee is for a corporate interaction committee, in which we invite a lot of guests and industry speakers to the campus, online, virtually, or offline. It is a very good opportunity to speak to the different set of people. One committee is from a alumni community. We take care of all the alumni interaction, because we are alumni for most of you, so we get connected through that committee. And the last one is important committee, the placement committee. As Kathy and Chandra sir explained, the placement committee also got their own way of working. So all those committees are tied together. These are elected by the candidate for themselves. They come together and work together for a betterment of the program. And those are guided by the EPGP office and EPGP chair. That is the first thing on a committee part. Second part is mostly, which I personally get questioned when they get selected, is the married people or kids, people having kids, right? So campus is having best of the campus hostel facility, including married people. There is a separate married accommodation where you can stay with your family, with your kids. So as I said, I was in the campus with my kid 2.5 years. So we have a daycare, all the facility. Campus is very safe and secure, and your family will also have a good stay. I mean, it is secondary point as of now, but generally most of the people having higher experience get these questions: what should I do with the family? So that will be taken care. It's a very good ecosystem. Now, third point is more from my framework which I developed while coaching to the many individual and aspirants. And with that, I will take a pause. Most of you are in a stage where you are trying to study or applying to the different program, including IIM Indore. So apply this 3C framework. C for clarity, C for consistency, C for confidence. C, clarity as in mean you should have utmost clarity, because we are no more freshers, right? We have industry experience. We have come to a stage of 27, 20 years of age and above. So we should have a clear clarity. What is my intent to get into the program? It should not be a backdoor entry where I didn't got a IIM back in 2005 or 10 when I was 2 years doing MBA. So it should be a clear strategy, clear clarity. Program is there to handhold us. Program is there to provide a clear platform. But we as an individual should have a clarity, and that should be mostly towards making a better version of self after getting out of the program. C, consistency. What happens? While we put a lot of efforts to prepare for a program, once we get into the program is very hectic. It is equally important to be consistent throughout the program, 10 months, 12 months throughout. Even if you get placed on a day one, it is important you learn with the same rigor, because this is the only 1 year you are investing from a time and cost point of view where you are learning. So be consistent, and IIM Indore will give best of the things if you be consistent. And third one is confidence. You have to be confident that, okay, I am coming to a campus, I am coming to the program to add a value in me. So placement related questions are obvious, but that should not be a worrisome, because we already have a certain experience. In that, we are adding a value of a program, flagship program like IIM Indore, then will be definitely a better version. I will definitely get placed, or I will have a certain other career avenues. So apply these 3 C's while analyzing, apply to the program. As Kathy said, applying program itself is quite a good learning, and we are sure that you will get your transform journey. Yeah, over to you, sir.
Wow, so that was a great answer actually. So we are in managers and management, people are very good in frameworks, triple A framework, 2-dimension metrics, and also I'm very happy that Avinash has started developing his framework. So that's great actually. Okay, so I think if all questions are done. So anyway, we have shared the email address as well. So do reach out to the email address, and we will try to answer as many queries as we can. So if your query has not been answered here, so feel free to shoot your query on the email, and without any fear, without any hesitation, we will answer to our best of the capabilities. So thanks a lot, Avinash and Khyati, for joining us. So hope to meet you someday in the campus or somewhere else. And yeah, so because we were in the COVID batches, so I think you were in the regular batch, right, Avinash? You were not in a COVID batch.
Yes, I was in a regular batch.
Yeah, so I think I have seen you, but yeah, COVID batches were pretty much invisible batches because all the classes went online. So, but yeah, I mean, the best part is that the placements did not suffer. So they learned well and they got placed well. So yeah, so thanks a lot, and thanks Anil ji, Jitendra ji, Satyendra ji for joining us, ji, and helping us out in conducting this webinar. So do reach out to us for any query, and hope to see you in this program. Okay. Thanks a lot. Goodbye, all of you.
Thank you, Professor Chandra. Thank you, Anil,
Thank
for
you,
this
everyone.
opportunity, and all the best. All the best potential candidates. I wish you best of luck.
That's the whole purpose of this webinar, actually, to educate people and clear the doubts.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah.
Hello, sir. I just joined a little late, so I just have a quick question. If we have a little time, sir, I actually have a GMAT score of early 600, but I believe I have a very good profile in terms of NITs.
600 is good enough actually. So given that last year's cutoff was 550, so I would recommend you to apply. So you have a good chance actually.
Okay, so thank you. Thanks a lot, sir.
Right. Thank you also. I have to take a leave.
Yeah, sure. I mean, thanks a lot for giving your valuable time. I understand how busy you guys are. So yeah, so thank you, sir. And good night, and see you.
Good night. Thank
you,
you
everyone.
Bye.
All the best.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Bye, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Avinash. Thank you.